Okay, we're talking to Edith Sandwick. Hi, Mom.
Hi,
We're in your home here in Viroqua. How old are you today?
I'm 98.
It's December 16th, and it's Saturday, and we're going to talk a little bit here about your grandparents and their children on your mother's side. You remember your grandpa and grandma?
I remember my Grandma Lee a little bit.
Grandma Rust, you mean?
Grandma Rust, I remember.
Yeah, Gunda Marie.
Yes,
And Ole died pretty young, didn't
Yeah.
he? He was like 50 years old,
he
maybe?
was quite young.
Way before you were born. I think maybe around 1900.
He was before I was born.
Yeah. But who was the oldest one in that family?
In Gunda's family?
In your mother's brothers, and we're going to talk about your mother's brothers and sisters here.
Well, Elmer was the oldest.
Elmer was the oldest, and he married Emma. That's your dad's sister. And then Mena.
Married Ole.
Of course, we'll talk about that later on. That's your mother. Ella.
Married Oscar Everson.
Yep. And Ella and Oscar had 2 children.
Myrtle and Irma.
Yep. And we'll talk more about their children later on. And then there was Robert.
Robert.
And he had a son named Robert.
Yeah.
And who else?
Arthur.
And the youngest was?
Arthur had 3 sons. Bernard, Raymond, and Lauren.
And Raymond was your age.
Yes.
And Mabel had 1 son. She was the youngest.
Yeah.
Of those aunts and uncles, which one did you spend the most time with?
Oh.
Your mother?
Maybe Elmer or Mabel.
Because they were close by. Elmer, there's a little noise in the background here. So of all those families, there were you had 8 cousins from that family, and there were, of course, 7 in your family. So of those 8 cousins, Lauren was the youngest.
I think so.
And the rest of them were about your age or older. So Lauren lived in St. Paul, but
he died young.
He died young. Was buried at the Roostall, probably.
He was buried at Viroqua
Yeah,
Cemetery.
it was probably the Roostall gravesite over there. You suppose his wife, Eloise, was from Viroqua, right? We'll have to look up. He has a son that's a lawyer. We'll have to look up some of those sometime.
He's probably retired now.
Yeah. Well, this is just a 3-minute video. I'm just practicing here, so we'll say goodbye. Do you have anything else to add about your mother's side of the family?
No, I don't think so.
Did you see them often?
Not too much.
We like to talk about Oris's daughter, Wanda. She's in touch with us. She lives in Ferryville now.
I thought she lived in Prairie du Chien.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Prairie du
Prairie du
Chien.
Chien.
Yeah, we found that out. So, yeah, she's from Ferryville. So, do you have a story to tell about any of them? Your mother and Mabel used to talk on the phone a lot.
On the phone. They talked on the phone quite a bit. I don't think Ella had a phone.
And Ella was too busy raising children.
Yeah.
Did she raise Lena's children?
I think Edwin and Leonard, Edwin and Leonard and Otto were over at Ella's quite a bit.
Yeah. They were neighbors.
Their father was a brother of Ella's husband.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think their father could see them more if they were over there.
Yeah. What was his name? Leonard's dad.
Elmer Evers.
Elmer Everson. He was a brother of Oscar
And
and
Carl.
and Carl. Of course, Carl married Mabel. That's Wanda's dad. Okay, well that's good. We'll talk about this later. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.